Income. Still grade.
Greetings, dear students and our honorable guest. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to enlighten us relating to our inquiry, what we believe is a part of who we are. Let us listen to his talk and understand the importance of being active physically, socially, mentally, and balancing emotionally. Our speaker, Dr. Praveen Angadi, is an Ayurvedic doctor. His educational qualifications are BAMS, MD, Yoga and Rehabilitation, PhD scholars. Dr. Praveen is a senior research fellow in a DST Satyam Department of Science and Technology of Yoga and Meditation. Government of India funded project on yoga for epilepsy patients under the Department of Neurosurgery, NIMHANS, Bengaluru. He has expertise in the field of Ayurveda and yoga therapy with overall experience of 14 years. Welcome, Dr. Praveen. I request to please share your thoughts about the importance of being active physically, socially, mentally, and balancing emotionally. Dear sir, we are eager to hear from you.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Good evening, children.
Good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Fine.
Fine, sir.
Yeah, good. So very enthusiastic children.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh, Before we could commence the presentation, ready to experience and explore the importance of the yes, no?
Sorry, you were not audible. Your
Yeah.
voice was breaking. You were not audible. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Before we go to the presentation, I'd like all the students to join me in short exercise. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Make loose fist. Keep it over the chest and stand up. Stand wherever you are. Yeah, yeah. Now start jogging your toes. Simple jogging. Jog on your toes. Throughout the practice, breathe in and breathe out through the nose. No mouth breathing and repeat. Speed up toes, jog. Observe your breath, heartbeat, pulse. Now jump. This little jump.
Sir, sorry
Come
that
on.
I'm not able to switch on my camera because it will be a little difficult to put
No
myself and
That's okay, Samanyu.
Continue.
That's okay, Samanyu.
No problem. Continue. Now jog on your toes again. Stop the practice. Close down. Palm over your heart region and gently close your eyes. Feel your own heartbeat. Are you able to feel your own heartbeat?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's not there. Okay.
Sir,
Someone saying yes?
I am able to feel medium heartbeat, sir, not low.
No problem. Able to feel increased breath. Your breathing rate is increased, I believe. Yes. Okay. Slowly go for inhalation through the nose, exhalation through the mouth, forcefully, few rounds. Put your hand down, Agnya. Last 3 rounds. Now feel. Again, keep your own right palm over the heart region and keep your eyes closed. Feel your heartbeat, pulse, breathing, settling down. In a short time, we could increase it, and in a short time, we are reducing it, coming to the normal or below normal. Go for 3 rounds of deep breath. Slowly, deeply, complete inhale, breathe in, and slowly, completely exhale. Last round of deep breath. Now gently open your eyes and keep your hand down. Now, what could you experience? Can I get to know? Any one person can answer?
Sir, I got I got to know that we could control our heartbeat based on how much we breathe. And I got to know that we could calm our mind using this way.
Okay, very good. Now, let's understand what we did. So, we started jogging on our toes and we started jumping, and later on, we came back to jogging and we stopped it. So, in a short time, with 1 or 2 minutes of exercise, we could see that our heartbeat, pulse, breathing went on up, isn't it? So, in that way, it could stimulate all the systems of our body, like respiration. The breathing is involved to the respiratory system. The heartbeat is related to cardiovascular system, heart and the circulation, isn't it? And we could see that indirectly, if the heartbeat, pulse, and breathing is high, indirectly our blood pressure is also will be high, which we could not measure it, but it is there. So in that way, we see that when you go exercise for 2-3 minutes also, you could stimulate all the systems. So in that way, you can say cardiovascular system, nervous system, musculoskeletal joint system, and respiratory system could elevate and respond. So in that way, when you exercise, you could stimulate. When you breathe in through the nose, exhale forcefully through the mouth, that time something physiological change will happen, and you are allowing all heartbeat, pulse, breathing, and blood pressure to settle down. You're allowing it to settle down. And you go for deep breathing practices after the exercise, you could relax also, and you're allowing system to settle down. Am I right? So in that way, you can see the change in the 4-5 reasons it's going to be happening. One, always exercise. Any kind of exercise you do, whether it is jogging, walking, running, swimming, gym, karate, yoga, kung fu, martial art, any kind of. You can number n number of the practices. So all the practices will give importance to 4 5 systems of the body. One, at the physical level. Second, at the physiological level. Third, at the emotional level. Fourth, at the spiritual level. And fifth, at the social level. So in that way, it goes one by one to the all the level. Okay. So I'm going to start my presentation now. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
No, we are
Presentation, are you
not.
able to see?
Presentation, we are not able to see, sir. We could see only your screen, that's it. Which is
Okay.
showing just a Google, yeah.
You are able to see, madam?
Not yet.
Not yet. Actually, are you presenting it as a tab or as a window?
Uh, this is a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
Able to see it?
You should present it as a window. As a window. You have an option of presenting, so you should present it as a window.
Okay, window I have, but I have
Yeah.
opened it.
Okay.
Only the mail inbox and Google Meet is visible.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, then present your entire screen in.
Entire screen. Yeah.
Entire screen.
Present entire. Yes.
Yes, sir. Then if you open it, we'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nandan, for that.
You're welcome, sir.
Now able to see?
Yes. Yes, we are able.
Yeah, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the part of what we believe is a part of what we are. So our beliefs, values, physical, mental, and social well-being contributes to who we are. So the brain, which we think, which is there in the skull, is one of the main organ of our system. So we know that the supercomputer is fastest of all, and it can do wonders. Even I would say the supercomputer is lesser, faster, and lesser communicative and productive than the brain. So the brain can remain undoubtedly energetic and productive, and it can do wonders than the supercomputer. So computer are the best if you believe so. Brain is much better supercomputer than the supercomputer our brain is. So in that way, with the exercise, with a regular balanced diet, and with the good amount of sleep, taking care of your health, you can keep your brain active and much better productive. You can see the camera can do many things. like capturing, video recording, even eyes are meant for that, and it can do much better functions than the camera itself. In a day, around more than a lakh time our heart beats, and it helps for the circulation. In and around, in a day, around more than 60 millions kilometers, our blood circulates throughout the body. That is around two or two and a half fold than the a Earth has the circumference. So it can circulate to the center to the end part and end part to the center. So that's why keeping our health of the heart also makes important. The muscles or the musculoskeletal joints, what we call it, are not bulky in the initial days itself. So when you walk, jog, or run, that time they will become productive, bulky, and also maintain the hormonal balance. So usually you have seen that people who do bodybuilding, that musculature or the tightness, the striations, the bulkiness will never come until you exercise it. So often you do some exercise, weight building up, and slowly the striations will become bulk. Like they become very strong like a wire. And you see the passing on the current in the electricity board wires is similar with the nervous system what we have. From the brain to the end part, from end part to the brain, it keeps on passing the messages or the information and the nourishment as well. So you can see the brain image of the person who is sitting quietly looks like this. The blue is not having activity. Yellow is little having activity. And as this goes from the yellow to the red, it is more activity represents. So in that way, a beautiful study was done and shown that if you just walk for 20 minutes, this kind of activity in the brain you can see. So that means whatever we do, we eat, we jog, we walk, we sleep, these all the activities influence the system and the health. So if you sit for quite longer duration, your brain will not be functioning normally. So if you just walk, run, jog, some do exercise, then also your brain gets activated. So this is one of the evidence. See, if you do cycling, the before the cycling, you can see this brain has no much activity, but after cycling, you can see here involved and they're active. It is being shown with the MRI studies. There is a widely accepted science behind the locomotion, that is walking, and the sitting or the being not active. The trees, what we see, are static, they are not moving. But all the metabolism, all the life from root to the tip of the tree with the leaves, it happens with the static mode. There is a belief in the science that if trees start moving, then they will die. Is active, it is always believed in the science that person stops moving or stop being activated, then he will die. So that way, all the system, all organs are meant to be keeping ourselves active. So that is the importance of exercise. So you have seen all the fruits and vegetables are in the different color. So brinjal doesn't look like pumpkin, doesn't look like mango doesn't look like watermelon, something like that. So vegetables and food articles and the fruits are having different colors. Color not only for looking beautiful or something like that, the one color of one vegetable or the fruit denotes different chemical composition inside. So in that way, phyto is plant. So phytochemicals are like the active ingredients which come from the vegetables and the fruits. All have to be taken. Like I don't like it, I don't want to eat it, I like it very much. Like that, it is the tie between likes and the dislikes. But the science says that you should eat all the vegetables, all the fruits, all the food articles which are naturally, organically developed and farmed, and they should have the all the chemical compositions which will promote your health. And not only with the colors, with all the tastes also. There are different kind of tastes also available, like sour, salt, sweet, pungent, astringent, and bitter. So these all six tastes also should be taken in equal quantity every day on an average. Then only the health can be maintained. So we know this is very brand new car what you are seeing. Our body also will be built in such a way that it is functioning very well. If two cars have been bought from the showroom and one is kept in the garage and one is being utilized, after the 6 months, if you see, the car which is there in the garage will get rust and it will lose its value. And when the car is being utilized, that has oil changing, combustion, and it's being utilized, so that has more value. Similarly, the water which is stagnant, that is staying alone, not moving at all, is source of many infections and many ill health and diseases. But the water which is flowing, that has something like the circulation happening, breathing continuously happening, nervous system is being stimulated and it is settling down, the muscles are being utilized, we're sleeping on time, we're getting up on time, and we're doing all the activities, we're active in our life. Then it is like flowing water, which is not a source of the disease or the ill health or the infections. So in that way, when you keep on doing all the activities from day to night and night to morning, that time it shows that it is your state of health. And when you are not active and you are very sedentary, like you are not eating well, you're not sleeping well, and you are not exercising well, you are just want to luxury life or something, you want to sit at one place for more than 6 or 8 hours, something like that, that time it denotes like stagnant water. So that time it is source of infection and the ill health. So I would like to give a small story which you may be knowing, may not be knowing. Listen to it. So there were a family of parrot, father, mother, and two beautiful kids. When father and mother went for the some food to accumulate, that time the kids were playing and they fell from the nest. And in a far time, when a passing by person goes, the priest, the rishi, goes and he sees that one parrot is lying down and he picks that one, he goes to ashram. And another person, passing by person, is called butcher, and the butcher picks another kid parrot and goes to his butchery shop. Then, after long, around maybe 3 months or 6 months, something like that, he see the environment, the area, the culture influenced both the kids. The parrot which got influenced at the environment of the butcher has all the things like call him, cut him, beat him, make him terror, something like that, all the violent activities. And the parrot which got developed, grown at the rishi or the ashram was telling like, please come, sit, take rest. Would you like to have eating or drinking something like that? It was caring, loving, affectionate, and it was doing all the good values in its life. So in that way, it always believed that the person who has the qualities, they will be inherent in the culture, as well as the qualities which are adopted will lead the person and decides that this person is good person or bad person. So in that way, being useful to the society, helping each other and talking to each other, in that way we can grow in a much better. So what happens morning to evening to morning, we have activities and responsibilities to do. Like in your home, they say that wake up, you have to go to school. Then you have to wake up. If you're still sleeping, you are loving your sweet time in this sleeping. Then you are forced to wake up, isn't it? So that time you'll feel like I don't want to go to school. Some may feel, some may not feel. In that way, the morning rhythm saying that you have to wake up and get up. After waking up, what you do? You brush your teeth, you go to bath, and you keep yourself hygiene. Then put good dress and neatly come and catch the school bus. Then go to school and do all the activities, madam, sir, Mrs. All the activities with your friends. It will happen. Then later on, you go back. Your energy will be little low comparatively. Then you don't do anything. You can just play around, then sit for some time, do some activities with the elders at home. Then you have your dinner and sleep. So this is day activity. And night also, when you sleep on time, you can get up in the morning freshly. Otherwise, what happens? In the daytime, some hormones will be active. And in the night also, some hormones will be active. So when you do not sleep in the daytime, your active means that hormones will be active. And if you sleep well in the night, the hormones which are supposed to be active in the night time should be active, and they will be helping for the repair and the good health of the human being in the long run. So otherwise what happens? The sedentary lifestyle, like keeping oneself in the long duration, lying down just doing nothing, so it is equal as stagnant water. So you're not supposed to do that, isn't it? So in that way it's not going to be helpful for the health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being is being interrupted in the sedentary lifestyle. So there are three different hormones or the neurotransmitters we call it in the brain. They'll be very active if you do exercise every day on an average. So one is dopamine, second is norepinephrine, third is serotonin. So what it is, let's understand. So dopamine searches for a reward to motivate you. Like if you want to go for a shopping, you want to buy something, or you want to read something and understand, and you want to achieve something in your life, not only in examination, but something as a goal in the life, the dopamine helps you. And something like if the norepinephrine is very good, then your attention in the school activities and learning will be good. If it is down, then you will be more dull in that way. And the serotonin decides your mood, aggressiveness, and anger. So the serotonin, if it is good, your mood will be good. If serotonin falls down, your aggressiveness comes down and your anger increases. So in that way, serotonin helps for the health of a person. So in that way, all the dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin will increase their quality when you do moderately exercise. So how long you should be exercising? There is very nominal and good timetable being given, that 6 hours in a week. That means almost 1 hour a day, or 30 minutes to 60 minutes a day. That is divided into 6 days a week, and that is the moderate exercise only will give in the long run good effects. So what happens in overall health aspects when you do exercise in a moderate way? So your mood gets elevated, anger comes down, happiness increases, your endurance increases, your flexibility increases, your depression comes down. Aging process, like some people look very old when their chronological age is little smaller, or like 50 years old they are, but look like 40 years old. Some people 60, 70 years old, they look very younger. So in that way, exercise will keep you young and energetic. So memory will increase. So who don't want good memory, isn't it? In that way, in the school activities or in the life, everybody wants very good. So with the exercise, it is possible, and it increases concentration. Like I'm reading this topic, but I'm not able to understand. I'm not able to concentrate myself. So exercise will help you to build your concentration. And quality of sleep. So sleep quality will become much better with the moderate exercise. And longevity. So who don't want to live longer, healthier, and happy life, isn't it? So in that way, with the moderate exercise, it is possible. And overall, your health improves. And not only health improves, this exercise, balanced diet, good quality of sleep, and the stress management all will help you to prevent any ailments or the diseases forthcoming. Like in the future, if you're not at all exercising, then in the future, after 30, 40, 50 years, you may end up with some life diseases like diabetes, hypertension, hypothyroidism, or polycystic ovary disease, something like that. So these all obesity, these all can be prevented at very good rate if you keep on exercising moderately 30 to 60 minutes a day, and that to be 6 days a week. And when you get contact with these diseases, that also can be managed well. So in that way, exercise has improvement in the overall health. So when you go to any shopping or any of the market, you wanted to choose the best, isn't it? When it's very quality, very good, nice looking, attractive, you want to buy that one, isn't it? So in that way, the society, what we have, the moderate exercise with the good diet and with good quality of sleep, you can keep your personal health very nice, intact, and very good relationship with that influencing your family members. So with the personal life, you moved on to the family, hygiene and wealth and health and connectivity. And thereafter, family to the neighbors, and it goes on to the society. So you can physically, emotionally, and your spiritually and socially, you can have very good connection. So in that, you always keep the dream saying that, yes, I want to exercise well. I want to talk to people in a good manner. I want to be helpful. I want to lend my hands to help each other. So, in that way, all the things will be connected and keep on helping each other. And slowly, slowly, the whole society health will be improved. So, in that way, no negativity, nothing. So, being children, you also know that any child has depression, something like that, nothing. It always keeps smiling unless it is having food, means hunger, or the some irritation or some discomfortness. Otherwise, all the child have very good smiling face, and they enjoy the life very well. But as we grow, some responsibility keep on coming. That time we are obsessed with the other things. So in that way, but our nature, which is very very basic, that is keep smiling, keep enjoying, and helping each other, also will help in the society to grow as a overall personality, to build and develop as a very perfect person in the society, isn't it? So with this, I'll end today's talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That was a great presentation. You have kept in mind our students' age and their understanding levels, and you have explained well. Thank you for that. Yeah. Dear students, you might have questions to ask. Hope you are ready with your questions. Samanyu, would you like to go first?
Yes, ma'am. So,
Yeah.
good evening, sir. My name is Pulala Samanyu, and my question is how beliefs and values of a person make him or her be humane?
Yeah. I would like to answer your question with a question. Okay. Do you like to smile?
Yeah.
Do you like to cry?
Well, yeah, like sometimes when I get like sad or something like that, I cry, but not that often.
You cry, I agree, but do you like crying?
No,
So, do you think happiness and the cry are very different categories in the life?
yeah.
So, in that way, there are two, three kinds of emotions in everybody's life. Like one is happy emotions, second is sad emotions, isn't it? So, some are very good, some are bad. So, in that way, when you know the difference between good and bad, whether to do it or not to do it, whether to go for, not to go for. So we keep on ourselves in the dilemma, like whether to eat it or not to eat it, whether to smile or not to smile, whether to go or not to go. So in that way, we'll be affected ourselves in this dilemma. So when you keep yourself clear in the mind, saying that yes, I want to do it, I don't want to do it. Stick on to your decision, and when you keep on sticking your decision firm, then your values will be valued. That is one point. And second, you know difference between good and the bad. That shows that you have very good values, saying that you are a very good person. So it comes with the knowing the difference between two extreme conditions. So with the sanskara, with the culture, what the parents can give you, that will be influenced and reflecting in the children, isn't it? So in that way, when you know the difference between good and bad, that itself is very basic part of human life. And you can choose which you want to like. So as you have chosen the happiness, and you always be happy and you are always helping the people, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I hope this is the value the person can grow.
Thank you, sir.
Hope you understood the answer.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Sai, would you like to go
Any more
next?
questions?
Yeah,
No, sir.
Sai, would you like to go
Yes,
next?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, sir. My question is, does physical well-being help in emotional well-being, sir? If yes, how, sir?
Yes, very good question. Let's understand example. Suppose you are sitting, you I wish it should be real, but it's imaginary. Let's understand the example. Suppose if you are sitting in the room and a snake enters your home or room, what do you feel soon after the snake enters your room? What do you feel?
Scared and nervous.
Isn't it? That scare is positive emotion, negative emotion. Obviously, it is negative emotion because your fear is there and your scare is there and you are feeling something discomfortness. You are something not easy, isn't it? So that when snake enters your home, you feel the negative emotions are getting charged. So negative emotions getting charged, what happens is your pulse rate, heartbeat, breathing, blood pressure, everything go high, and you feel like nervous, and your heartbeat goes up. You feel like there is something abnormality going on in the muscles, and you sweat a lot. So in that way, that particular situation has influenced all the activities which are there in the physical, isn't it? Eyes have seen the snake and it has given information to the brain, and brain says that something dangerous is there in front of you, then it activates all the system in a negative way. Okay, so that means mental emotions have influenced the physical activity. So heartbeat was normal, pulse was normal, breathing was normal before the snake enters your home. Okay, so when it entered, the emotions have stimulated the all the signs and symptoms. In that way, heartbeat, pulse, breathing, everything is normal. And when you go for some kind of deep breathing activities, calm down your mind, slow down your breath, and relax your body, and slowly all the emotions also settle down. The moment the snake goes away from your room, slowly after 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you will settle back. Your emotions will go away, isn't it? So that is one example. That is, emotions are giving influence to the physical activity. That is one way. Now, how physical activity can give emotions also, we'll see. Like what happens when you keep on exercising. The first example we did know, we jogged, we jumped, and we see that your heartbeat, pulse, everything is increasing, isn't it? And your breathing also increasing, isn't it? So that time you are not able to concentrate other things. You are just concentrating on the physical activity. So the physical activity also influence the emotions. So in that way, influence the physical emotions of the mental activities, and mental activities also influence the physical activity. So in that way, both are influencing each other. Hope you understood.
Yes, sir, I understood.
Yeah. Okay, Sarath, I see you are also ready with a question. Yes, Sarath?
Actually, yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, please go
Hello,
ahead,
sir.
Sarath.
This is Sarat Chandra, and my
Go
question
ahead.
is, what few routines make our physical well-being well?
Come again.
What few routines make our physical well-being well?
I did not get.
Sarath, can you repeat once again? He did not get your question.
What few routines make our physical well-being well?
What?
Few routines
Oh,
make our physical well-being well. Is that, am I
yes,
right, Sarath? Yes.
yes. Very good question. Like we every day we get up, we have our breakfast, we'll have our lunch, we'll have dinner, we'll go to bed, and we do all the activities, and we sleep well, and we get up. So this is usually routine what we do, isn't it? So in that way, I'd like to ask you, if you well for 4 days continuously, what do you think if you do not for days? Sharat?
Sorry, sir, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat once again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll repeat it again. If the morning to evening, we do have some activities. Like we wake up, we do all the activities to get up ready to go to school. We'll have our breakfast and do some activity school. Then we'll have our lunch. Then again, school activities continue. Then we'll have our come back to home, do some homework and do activities, play around and have your dinner and sleep well. And the cycle repeats, isn't it? So in that way, I'm asking you, Sharad, if you do not sleep well for 5 days continuously, you are just keeping your awake. What do you think will happen to you?
Maybe, sir, there be a few problems with my eyes, and I always feel tired, and I feel discomfortable, and I feel that I'm in a negative place.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that is very true and very nearer to the answer with to the true core of the science. What happens is you have some responsibility in your life. So if I do not eat well on time, then my energy levels will go down. If I do not breathe in and breathe out properly, then my energy levels are not being kept maintained. And if I do not play well, then my energy levels will not go boosted. If I do not sleep well, as you told, all the negativity will come into my body, isn't it? So in that way, very good routine, we say that morning, getting up in the Brahmi Muhurta, that Ayurveda says and yogic scripture says that getting up before the sunrise, not after the sunrise. Before the sunrise, you if you wake up, your brain activities, your chemical balance, hormonal balance, and your metabolism, everything will be great. So getting up morning, early morning is one of the good routine. Second, and keeping yourself hygiene, like brushing your teeth, going for motion. Many of the children will not go for motion. That is not correct. So there's one good routine, and taking bath and brushing your teeth and going for breakfast when you feel hunger, and get ready with the good neat. If your bed is very, with all the wet, all the water it is there, slippery it is there, and some materials on the bed. Would you like to sleep well on that bed?
No, sir.
Obviously not. Yeah, obviously not. You will not feel like sleeping, and you will not get sleep also. So that means when you keep yourself hygiene, with neatly dressed and neatly organized, your all the books and the bags and everything, then you feel like the environment is good for this studying, and you go on time, catch everything, and do all the activities which are necessary to do, because schools are something which is done as a personality building centers. So after that, you have to go home and you have to play also. So you have to play. You have to play also, and you have to do all the activities also. And you have to go to bed very early. That means soon after finishing your homework, sleep well. You have to spend little time on the also, not prohibited, but to the limited period. Okay, and you play well rather than the video gaming, or rather than the computer gaming. Go for physical playing, like playing with your friends, cycling, jogging, walking, some hide and seek, something like that of your choice. You do that and go to bed very early. And if you go to bed very early, so that you can get up fresh in the morning. So that is one of the very basic routine, so that you can keep on healthy yourself. No hormones can go imbalanced, no chemicals can go haywire, and no physical energy can go down. So in that way, you can keep yourself healthy and happy. Isn't it? Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anya, do you also have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I do have
Yeah,
one question.
yeah,
So, good
please go ahead.
evening, sir. Yes. So, good evening, sir. I'm Anya, and I would like to pose a question, which is that can a person be humane without having beliefs and values?
See, for example, I'd like to ask you one question. If one person comes to you begging, if really he don't have any money or eating anything, he don't have, do you think you have to help him?
Yes, sir. I do feel.
Okay. And some person, uh, this value that you have to help him came from where? Anybody taught you, or you just felt of your own?
Sir, I felt of my own.
Okay. So this value is inherent if it is not affected with anything, isn't it? So in that way, it's not mandatory that you everything has to be learnt in this world. So some are inbuilt values, some are inbuilt categories, some are inbuilt qualities. What do we have? Like the when we are children, we not eat something apple or something like of spoon something eating. We just go to our mother and we drink breast milk, and nobody taught that breast milking drinking technique or methodology. So it is inherent quality. And as you told that you are going to help a person who is genuinely required help, so this has quality has come within, and nobody has taught you. That means some qualities or the behaviors what we execute are already inherent in the everybody's life. So in that way, the person is indifferent than the animals in that way. So all the four qualities, what we do, animals also do, like ahara, that is eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya, having fear quality, and maithuna, that is procreation, like giving birth to another child, something like that. So these all qualities will be same in the animal as well as human also, but only human stand different alone, unlikely with the elevated soul with helping hands and going to nurture and not keeping somebody under the belittling him or putting him down. So these are, when you know the difference between good and bad qualities, you will choose one, isn't it? So the choosing one will not be bad unless it is being taught. As you told, nobody taught you that don't help him. Nobody told you help him, but you chosen the helping him, isn't it? So all the qualities, good one will be chosen without knowing also. This is being human, and we have to stick on to that qualities, isn't it? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And we are going to take the last question now. Srinandan, are you ready with your question, Nandan?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, sir. My name is Hirandan.
Srinandan, yeah.
My question for you is, what makes some people stick to their physical fitness? What should we do or tell ourselves so that we will not quit and keep doing physical fitness?
Uh, uh, can you please ask once again?
Yes,
Slowly.
sir. What makes some people stick to their physical fitness? What should we do or tell ourselves so that we will not quit and keep doing physical fitness?
Okay, see, um, this is well studied and well understood. Before we go to science, let's understand basic qualities about the physical exercise. Okay. Now, my question to you, in that question, your answer is there. Okay. So, what is like, I'll tell you to keep your eyes closed for 1 hour. Can you do it without thinking anything?
No, sir.
Why?
Because if I would have done that, my curiosity will burst myself out open, sir. I can do.
Okay. Okay. So, that means if you keep your eyes closed, your curiosity will burst out and it will go haywire. It goes uncontrolled, isn't it? But can you keep your eyes closed and sit quiet for 1 hour completely physically alone?
No, sir.
What
Because
happens?
we need to be social. We need to be social. We need to understand where we're going, and we need to make sure that we know where we're going. Because if we don't know where we're going, we don't know the things that we need to do. Like
Okay.
like if we're going to a zoo and a lion is out free, and if we are doing it at that moment, we'll have to know where the lion is open. We can't see it, so we have to know it so that we can make sure that we are good.
Okay. Understood. The meaning is, let me put it in another way. Let me give an example. Uh, you know the lion is vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
No, sir.
Lion can eat grass,
No.
so it is non-vegetarian.
Yes.
Okay. So if a lion is hunger and sitting at one place for longer duration, and do you think the food will come and fall into its mouth, or it has to go for hunting?
It has to go on for hunting.
So this is one motto lion has got, that is hunger. To keep lion itself survival, or it has to lead its life, means it has to go, it has to run, it has to go behind the haunting prey, and it has to eat. Okay, that is in the food chain. It is well explained. That is one motto. Okay, like that, if a person understand the importance of the exercise, understands the non-importance of the exercise, he will choose one. As the human value, we want to keep ourselves happy, isn't it? We want
Yes,
to
sir.
keep ourselves healthy, isn't it? We want
Yes,
to lead our life without any problems or the sorrow, isn't it?
yes,
So this is the one motto. If you understand the importance of the exercises, saying that it's going to give the happiness, it's going to increase our flexibility, it's going to elevate our mood, it's going to increase our endurance, and it's going to reduce our anxiety, it's going to reduce our anger. Then would you like to choose exercise or not?
I would say because
Yes,
it
sir.
will keep
Okay. So in that way, when you have motto, when you have goal, when you understand the importance of that particular regimen, then you definitely want to do, and you want to stick on to that regimen, isn't it?
yes, sir.
So with the motto, with the goal, with the target oriented, when you do, then you have to get the results. And that to be very important, I'd like to tell you, there is moderation and regularity in the exercise is the only key. Like one day I'll do and 9 day I'll sleep, you ask, no, it's not going to work. So this is also very basic information that will stick on to the regimen of the exercise to achieve the goals.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a great talk. Our students enjoyed listening and interacting with you. Dear students, I'm sure you definitely have something to take away. Um, who would like to, talk something like what is it your takeaway? Sarath, would you like to share first?
Yes, ma'am. My takeaway from this lecture is that I could follow different routines to maintain a diet that helps me remove from my mental, physical, spiritual, social, or any other different problems. By following these options, maybe I could start my day peacefully and calmly. I also got to know different ways to avoid myself from these negative traits. I found out that I could do exercises and I need to live peacefully with no mental or health problems.
Sai, would you like to go next?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Yeah.
My takeaway from the lecture. When you do any exercise, we will give importance to five things: physical, emotional, spiritual, social, and psychological. This all help us to have a fit mind and a fit body. The brain is the fastest and the energetic thing. The eyes function better than any camera. We need to do any exercise so that our body is fit and our brain functions very actively. We need to also take good diet so that we have very good strong muscles and also we have a good health. We need to also take care of all tastes: sweet, umami, salty, sour, and bitter, which will also help in good health. When we are not active, our body will get unhealthy or ill. When we are used to our society, it helps us to grow better.
Sai, that was a very good takeaway understanding from Dr. Praveen. Yeah. Srinandan, would you also like to mention your takeaway?
Yes, ma'am. My
Yeah.
takeaway is that exercise helps us overall. Like it helps us to maintain good maintain good diets and it will help us in the brain especially. In the brain, it will help us to do all the activities and knows what's good for us. The motto, the motto is the result, and goals and all of them. They are the things that will that are the things that we need to keep ourselves from going away from physical fitness.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Dr. Praveen Angadi, I, on behalf of my school, Silver Oaks International School, Hyderabad, extend my thanks for responding positively, immediately, and accepting our request to speak to our students in your busy schedule. Thank you once again for sharing with us about the importance of well being. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving opportunity, and hope it will be benefited all the students for the healthy and happy life. Thank you.